Hey, baby. So glad you made it home. I got you a little something to sip on. Then I want you to curl right up under me. That way we can talk about your day. We can talk about love, life, and anything else you want to talk about. And when it's all said and done, I'm going to put you to sleep the right way. You already know what time it is, baby. It's time for Pillow Talk. Brought to you by bensounds.com. What's going on? It's time for Pillow Talk, and I'm Scott Free. Oh, guys, we got a pretty good show for you guys tonight. We're just getting everything set up and let everybody roll up in here into the room. So hopefully you guys had a really good week so far. So now it's time to start knocking off the rest of the week, starting the weekend out with the Pillow Talk cruise. So hopefully we'll let everybody start running on in here. And to all the Pillow Talk crew that's in, what's going on, Miss April? How are you doing? How's it going? All right. Anyway, guys, like I said, tonight's show is going to be, should an associate's boyfriend or girlfriend, their ex, be off limits to you? Not a best friend of yours, or just an associate. It could be somebody you work with school with, just somebody you're kind of cool with, You're not really good friends. Should you walk away from someone you're interested in because they talk to someone you just kind of knew? So that's the subject tonight. So hopefully, guys, you guys will see it the way I see it. I tell you guys what. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. But anyway, got the phone lines open, and we will take calls in tonight. We'll let people call in and sound off. And so, like I said, now I've met some associates back in the day, and some people I was cool with, right? And then you see people that they talk to, and you're like, hey, they might be somebody that person could be somebody that I could kind of connect with. We got a lot of stuff in common, right? And I feel that if they're not really close to you, I don't think that should stop a love connection. I mean, you never know. It could be a love connection. I don't see why anybody else would walk away from it. So I want to hear what you guys think for our Twitter feed and for our YouTube feed. If you guys, when you guys leave comments, whatever, we can highlight them, and then people can see across social media platforms. We can highlight that, and they can see which one we're talking about. So right now, Miss April is up on the screen. But anyway, guys, like I said, I'll tell you what's funny. I had a friend of mine. Well, it's happened to me a few times. Had some people I was cool with, some people I was that I'm related to as well, that I thought would be a really good connection or a really good fit for someone I knew that talked to somebody else. And I've played matchmaker behind the scenes, and guess what? It has hit, and it has went off right. I mean, I've made some pretty good love connections over the years with people that I thought that would kind of hit it off. But and not all the time it takes off, because I had someone here recently, had two people that I thought would be a really good connection, right? And man, I was just really, really, really pushing for this connection to go through, but it didn't seem like it would. That connection just didn't hit it off. But hey, sometimes you miss, players miss sometimes, man. I mean, good people miss sometimes. You can't hold that against me. Just understand I tried. It came from the heart. It came from a good place. You know what I mean? Sometimes like I said, you see people and you're like, man, they'll make a good couple. But sometimes they're tied in with, they know each other through someone else, and it's just kind of makes it confusing. I don't think guys care as much as women do. I think that women have associates and they feel like, I don't want to hurt that girl's feelings because I don't want that girl to do me like that, right? And you hear that all the time, and it just always boggles my mind. I'm like, but that's not your girl. Well, yeah, but I don't want to do that girl like it. Okay, all right. I mean, I get it, but if you see that guy is a better connection for you, why not go for it? Because at the end of the day, I can see if they are married. When it's marriage, it's off the table, right? But if they're dating around, I just think that if it's a dating thing, that is still kind of up in the air. You know, you never know how it's going to turn, right? Because people get together and they break up off and on, right? And here it is, you miss out on somebody that you really like, and you don't know it because somebody that they dated somebody you knew. You know what I mean? And what's the cutoff? That's what I want to know. How if there's somebody you like, right? How close does the person have to be to you? The person that was dating that the person that was dating that person previously, you know, the associate of yours, how close does that person have to be before you say, hey, I am not going to talk to whoever they talk to, right? Like I said, I don't think guys really, it really hurts guys as much as it does women. But I want to know from women, if it's an associate, let's say if y'all work together and that's the associate, is it fair game? If it's somebody that you went to school with, is it fair game? Is it somebody you went to church with? Is that fair game? You know? Not saying we won't see you guys fight in church, but I like to know that, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of people get hookups from church. I've seen that happen quite a few times, you know. I've seen that happen so many times that it's unreal. It is unreal. And I think it happens more at church than it does at work, you know. I think that people that go to church together, they think, okay, we go to the same church, we got a lot in common. So hey, I'm gonna give this guy a try. I'm gonna give this girl a try, right? That's what I think. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I like to hear from you guys on that one. But that was a crazy story. And I got another story for you too. That there was also this I'm gonna tell you about one of these sex stories. There was a girl that I used to work with, and her man was always cheating, right? I mean, he had a whole bunch of girls and all that kind of stuff, right? And I knew one of my homeboys, a dude that was cool with, I grew up with, that she would make a really good girlfriend for him, right? And so I didn't try to break them up, but I watched it real close, right? And one day she came into work, she's all upset, crying and telling us about exactly all the stuff that her man did. And she was talking about how he cheated and how he just did all kind of stuff. He even, I don't even know if she said he took money from her or something like that. I want to think it could have been he took some money from her. It was something that really hurt her feelings, and she was really hurt by that, right? And so I talked to her. I was like, look, man, I said, you know, I ain't trying to, you know, I mean, to tell you to go in one way or the other, but I got, you know, I know somebody who is a really good person that you can go hang out with, you know what I mean, to keep your mind off of things, right? And I left it up to him to, you know, seal the deal as far as make it be a relationship, right? But I hooked him up. And what I did was I invited him over to the job, right? And when he came in, you know, we all sat around, laughed and joked, and they kind of got to know each other. And after about 2 or 3 times of that, she kind of felt comfortable over a while. And then they start talking and stuff. And he actually took her out and treated her right. He really did. He treated her right. And man, they are to this day, they still a couple. They had a couple of kids together. They still together. Now, I don't know if they got married or not because they end up moving out of town. So I don't know if how if they got married or not. I haven't really kept up with him. Like I said, he's one of my homeboys. He was real cool, and they kind of we kind of lost touch over the years. This was a long time ago, and now they got real close. They got real close. So and you know what? I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna try to look them up. You know that I don't know if I can find them on Facebook or not. Well, I can find him because I know a lot of his family and stuff. But I'm gonna look them up and see. But it's been so many years, and I don't want to do it to be messy, like they try, like they think I'm trying to, you know, weigh in on a relationship. But I would really like to know if they still together. I want to know if I got the best matchmaking skills out there, which I really think that I do. I think I got the best matchmaking skills out there. I really do. Because I'll tell you what's funny. Most of the time that I've hooked people up, they stay together. Few times it didn't work. Like there was a friend of mine that was going through some stuff, and he was hurt over his girlfriend. And I hooked him up with somebody else. And man, the worst thing he did was talk about his ex the whole date. And you know what's funny? I I didn't know if it was gonna be a match made in heaven or not, but I was like, look, they got some similarities, you know what I mean? And it could turn into something. That's what I thought. And needless to say, he went out and he was just, I don't know, man. He used his shoulder to cry on. He really kind of got a kind of, you know, talked about it more than what he should have. And she was turned off by it. And I had to hear this for years. She was like, why would you hook me up with a dude that clearly is still in love with his ex? And I was like, well, I thought maybe, you guys could hit it off and you could kind of help him get over that hump, because guys are messed up. Tanya Lewis said, associates are not necessarily friends, so there should be no issues. Everyone defines their friendship differently, so to each is their own. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I'll highlight that so everybody can see that one. And I agree with that. I think that if you are in a relationship and if you're in a friendship, right, and it's just an associate, I think it's fair game. I think that if it's like a co-worker that's probably y'all not in the same cubicles or in the same area, I think it's fair game, But I think that if it's like on Baby Boy where y'all got beef and the girl is doing it out of spite and y'all kind of, she does stuff to you spitefully or whatever, y'all kind of frenemies, like, I think that might cause problems at work and you don't want to get into a fight at work. You know what I mean? So that could be it. That's something to watch out for. All right, let's see what Mufti say. Worst thing you can do is talk about an ex with someone you're dating. Hey, I'm telling you that, man. That happens quite frequently. And this girl that I hooked up with this dude, all he did was talk about his ex. We all have been through breakups. You know what I mean? And I've been through it. I've cried at home. I've cried in the car. You know what I mean? I've been upset. I've cried to my friends. But the thing that I try to make sure that I don't do is if I'm out on a date or if I'm talking to somebody new, I don't talk about exes, man. You know what I mean? I don't cry about that. But in this situation, he missed out on a really good person because he couldn't stop talking about his ex. It happens. And if you got to break up or you got a story about somebody that you talk to or somebody talk to, hey, feel free to call in. We got the phone lines open. The phone lines are going across the screen. You guys see it? I got it up and going. You guys can call in. You can remain anonymous or you can give your name. And if, hey, you want to go ahead and deal with the smoke? Feel free. Come deal with the smoke. You know what I mean? That's what's so good about this channel is. All right, let's see what this says. All right, let's see what April says. April says, I'll pay someone to take my ex. Really? You're going to wish that off on somebody you know? Hey, what's so bad about your ex that you wish you could get him off your hands? Please tell us that. You want to call in and tell us that? That's what I want to hear. Because you laughing, that means there's something about him that you don't like. Something you really don't like. You know what I mean? And I want to know. I want to know because I think you shots fired. That's what that sounds like to me. But anyway, talking about this relationship, about that, and I had to hear this thing for the longest about dude crying over there. So, like I said, sometimes you shoot, you miss. And that was just one of the times that I tried to hook some people up and it just didn't work, It just didn't work, man. It just didn't work. Could have got worse, but because they could have started going out and hey, April said this show ain't long enough. All right, well, cool. I understand it. Have you ever talked to an associate's ex and it worked out for you? Has that ever worked out for any of you guys? Has that ever worked out for you guys? That's what I want to know. That's the big question. Has it worked out for you guys? And does it work out a lot? Does that work out a lot? Because I'm going to tell you what's funny. A lot of people on here being quiet about it. And the truth is, a lot of people are messing around and talking to somebody's ex or somebody that is kind of still talking to that associate. So it still happens. So I'm just trying to clean it up. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. I'm trying to clean it up here. Because we all know it happens. It's happening right now. I know some people right now that are talking to somebody's ex or off and on ex. You know what I mean? Because that's what's crazy. Because they're ex today and then tomorrow they'll get back together. And then now then that person's already talking to them. So then it turns into a triangle. It gets messy. It gets messy. Happens a lot. I've seen it happen a lot. I don't know. Somebody was just trying to text me too. The phone line's up. I don't know if you can't get through or not, but it's up. You should be able to get through, I guess. Should be. Anyway. Yeah, April, I want to hear it. You said it ain't long enough. Give us the short version. I want to know what it is. And where did Mufti go? Because Mufti will come in here and say some stuff, then get on out. and get right out the way. You know what I mean? Don't try to run, Mufti. Go on and say what it is. Go on and say exactly what it is. I want to hear it. Because what's funny is, like I said, I've had it happen to me. Oh, so now you're just gonna laugh, Mufti. Just gonna laugh, huh? All right, I put it on the screen so everybody can see you laughing. Because when people laughing like that, that means they got something to hide. So you might as well share it with us. You might as well go ahead and share it with us. It's no biggie. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to hide it, Mufti. I want to know it. I definitely want to know that one. When people start laughing, they are really trying to hide something. And that's what I want to know. I want to see that go down. I want to hear that go down. All right, hold on. Oh, she's back. Evangeline Smith is back. She said, I'm trying not to be in Facebook jail again for my comments. Listen, just keep them clean. Just keep the cursing out. Because I don't even know what you said last time to get banned. I really don't. Matter of fact, instead of typing it, you can always call in and say. The number's on the screen, 954-408-3312. That's the number on the screen. You can always call in. You don't even have to text it in there. You can come right on and explain it and say it. Because I want to hear it, man. I want to hear all the drama. I want to hear that. I want to hear it. I definitely want to hear it. Yeah, but just watch what you say. Because I don't know why you got banned last time. What's up, Mr. Gray? How are you doing, man? Tonight's subject is, if you have an associate, should you avoid their ex? Or should you talk to their ex? Would it work out for you? You know what I mean? So that's the subject. That's what we want to know tonight. Or do you know somebody that's worked for? Yeah. She said no drama. Yeah. Are associates' exes off limits, basically, is what I'm saying, Bill. Is that it? Because, we've all went to high school with people. We've all worked with people, and they've had somebody that they talked to that you felt, hey, man, they ain't my best friend. They ain't a close friend of mine. And that girl right there is kind of cool. You know what I mean? I think if it's a real close friend, I say that's off. But an associate, it's not off, man. It ain't off. And people get mad about that kind of stuff, which, when you're younger, you do. But when you get older, you just look at like, man, you wasn't married. So it don't, but it's happened to all of us. And we all get in our feelings. Like I'll tell you what's funny. I've had some exes, right? And I've seen some people I knew that hollered at those exes. And it kind of gave me an uncomfortable feeling. The younger I was hurt. You know what I mean? The older I get, I wasn't as hurt. You know what I'm saying? But hey, like I said, it doesn't stop until you get married. So, hey, you know what I mean? But like I said, guys, the phone lines are open. And you guys can call in and you can remain anonymous. But if you're okay with getting handling the smoke that comes out of this, feel free. All right, let's see what Mufti say. Words of wisdom. There is no future in your past. And I'm not the same person I was yesterday, and I will not be the same person tomorrow. So my past stays where it belongs, in the past. I do not have any exes. I just have life lessons. I like that. I like that, Mufti. I really do. I like that. I like it. I like it. So what Mufti is basically saying is that when she breaks up with somebody, they're not an ex. It didn't work out, so they free to go be whoever they want. Well, let me ask you this, Mufti. Would you feel messed up if it was someone that wasn't a kind of a distant associate, like a closer associate, like someone you working with, or someone you kind of went to church with, or someone you kind of went to wherever you frequent at, start dating your ex? Would you have a problem with that then? Even if they're not your best friend, would you have a problem with that then? I want to know just how close it can be on that. So that's a good one right there. But I thought that was a really good response to that. I thought that was a really good response. All right. Let's see what she said. Trinette says, your loyalty is with your best friend, not associates. I agree with that. If it's a best friend, then associates is fair game, right? But you notice something? Have you ever noticed that, and this happened with women more than it happens with men, that if a woman, it's like women stay in competition too much, right? And let's say you guys are at church or something. I've seen women try to holler at the same dude, every dude that a girl has hollered at before. Like, I know this girl had a problem with this one girl, right? And every time this girl broke up with a dude, some way, somehow, and and I'm not gonna say it was all in order, but some way, somehow, she found her way to that girl's ex. And I'm like, that ain't by chance, man. That's she doing that for real. I don't think that was by chance. All right. April said, on the real, an X is an X for a reason. If y'all can't make it work, then go for it. If y'all can make it work, if y'all can't make it work, then go for it. But if it don't say I didn't warn you, right? If y'all can, that's what you meant to say. If y'all can make it work, then go for it. And if you can't, don't say I didn't warn you. Right? 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 See, that's the way you're supposed to handle it. But I think that when people become miserable, they become miserable. They become miserable. You know what I mean? Bill said, feel free, feel free, feel free, feel free. I agree with you, Scotty. Back in the day, everybody swapped around. Me personally, short like to date girls that dated somebody I knew. Well, he's saying basically back in the day, people swapped people around, and there was some short and some girls that he liked, and but feel free. Once I guess the older you get, you don't care as much. I agree with you on that, Bill. I definitely agree with you. What if it's a girl that was friends then back in school? Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. What if you guys were real good friends back in school and she dated a dude, but then now 10, 15 years after you've graduated from school or whenever, a little bit distance in between, and you guys are not close friends no more, is it still game? So I like to know. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Monty said, I think I like to think that everyone has their person. I wasn't their person and they weren't mine. So maybe that one might be the one for them. I agree with that. It might not. I'll tell you what's funny. This is what's crazy. I'll tell you what I think about that. I'll tell you what I think about that. I met some people, right? And like I said, that I've match made a few times, but I've seen some people like that. I'm like, this dude was a good person for this girl because they kind of broke out. They kind of brought out the worst in each other, right? But he was still a good dude. And I seen a girl that I've seen before, and I'm like, she's still a good girl. But if dude was going back and forth with his baby mama and cheating on her, and then she got back at him and that kind of stuff, that might not have been her character. Sometimes people do bad things when they hurt. They don't make her a bad person because she felt like this dude done cheat on me. This dude done cheat on me numerous of times. So I'm gonna go after her and I'm gonna go do my get back, basically. Right. And so I kind of look past that. And so I look at people and say, because this person cheated on that person, or this person wasn't good at that person, doesn't mean they're just a trash person, and the next person they get with, they're gonna be that same way. You know what I mean? Now some people just trash anyway. Some people are just trash anyway. Like where's Barry at? Barry's trash. Barry is definitely trash. I know he's probably on her watching, but yeah. Anyway, let me see where I was on that. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, Evangeline Smith said, now are we talking girl on boy or girl on girl? It could be whatever. An X can be an X. It doesn't matter the gender. Doesn't matter that. So girl on girl, right? Not unless you're talking about y'all a play toy. Is it a play toy? I don't know. But a play toy don't count. So you can't count that. You can't count that. So, okay. Trinette said, if you're still hanging on to the past like that, then you have some deeper issues. A good friend from school 30 years ago is considered associate. Bingo. That's it. That is it. That is it. That's the comment. That's it. I gotta give you applause for that one, because that's the comment right there. That they was a good friend back in high school, but then they turned into associate now. You don't really owe them nothing at that point, right? She said, don't count. No, a play toy doesn't count. Play toy definitely doesn't count. It only counts if y'all are in a serious relationship. That's when it counts. If y'all was in a serious relationship. If it was a side piece, boy toy, sneaky link, whatever y'all calling it these days, don't count. Don't count. Doesn't count. So we got to figure out the ones that do count. Yeah, play toys don't count. Evangeline play toys. Let me just put that up. Put that up for everybody to see it. Yep. Play toys don't count. And it's been established tonight on tonight's show. We're going to start writing. You know what Pillow Talk we're going to do? On these shows, we're going to come up with rules for dating. And we're going to get these rules together. We're going to get some clarity, right? That's why I like what Trinette said. I also like what everybody's been saying tonight, right? Because Mufti had a really good statement, right? That if it's your past, it's your past. You know, let somebody else go be great with that person. Don't hold that person back. You know what I'm saying? Go be great with them. Don't hold them back. Go be great. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Go be great. All right, let's see what Tanya said. She said, I thought you're thinking. All right. I have no ex that anyone I know can't date because they are pretty cool dudes. I still talk to all of them. My son's dad is the only one off limits. Okay, cool. And you know what? I'll tell you what. That made a lot of sense. Because when you have kids by someone, it kind of changes the dynamic up of an ex. You know what I mean? Because regardless to whether you like your ex or not, once you have a kid by them, they're almost kind of like family. You know what I mean? They really are, because no matter if you like them or don't like them, you stuck with them. You know what I'm saying? You stuck with them. God, you just stuck with them, man. That's not good. But I like that though. She said that they all pretty cool dudes, and she still talked to all of them. So she said, I don't have no ex that they can't talk to. So none of her exes, they're not off limits. The only one that's off limits is her baby daddy. And now, and let me ask you this. So this way we could all be clear. So we don't assume. Is the reason why he's off limits, is it because you have a child together, or is it because it's something there that is there anything on there that you can explain to us to why you say he's off limits? You know what I mean? Because I agree that once you have kids with someone and the person that kind of wants to talk to him is kind of close, you kind of want to distance you don't want them kind of, it's a little too close with certain people. Hey, Milton, what's going on, man? The topic is an associate's ex off limits? And so we've been defining what a associate is. We've been defining what if it's okay to date or not. So we kind of making up some rules of dating on here on this show. So that's what we kind of working on. And now some people have some really good points on there. They was like, look, if it's my ex, it's my ex, right? Oh yeah. Let me fill you in on this. If it was someone that's like a toy, someone you just been messing around with, if it's someone that is just something like that, just a sneaky link, somebody you just kind of messed around with, those don't count. That's what everybody's saying. Those don't count. So, all right, Trinette. She said, if it's family or loyal friends, A1 day one, that's crossing the line, anyone else is fair game. So she's saying that as long as they ain't A1 day ones, you know what I mean? Anybody else is cross the line. So there you go. It's not cross the line, is what she's saying. So they all fair game, right? So she said if it's like a best friend, hey, a best friend with, hey, certain stuff. But now, Milton, that there's what people are brought up to is that if it's Tanya, what Tanya said, she said that if everybody's all the cool dudes that she broke up with in the past, that they're still cool dudes, so they're not off limits. The only person that's off limits is her baby daddy. So that's the person that's off limits. So I just asked her to kind of clarify of why he's off limits. So that's what we kind of want to know on that one. All right. Evangeline said, nah, I'm good with the hub's baby mama, and my hub's legally adopted my son. So fam is fam. So, okay, cool. So she says she cool with the hub's baby mama. So there you go. And Hubs adopted her son. So that they are like, that's what I said. I said that, I think that when you have kids by somebody, and trying to get them settling down with someone. Because let's just be real. Let's just be real. This pillow talk. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. Hold on. We're gonna take us to a new level. Hold on. Let me get a. All right. All right. Yeah. Milton. See, that's why Tanya, I asked you to explain. I asked you to explain because people want clarity of why the baby daddy is off limits. They just want some clarification on that. Now, this is what I was gonna say: is that a lot of people out here got kids by a few different people, right? And now some of your associates or some of your friends and some of your close friends, they are messing around behind people's backs, right? So we kind of know that. But without calling those people out, what I'm saying is that if it's going to be a relationship with your kids involved, that changed the whole dynamic up. You know what I mean? If y'all just sleeping around, messing around behind closed doors, most time you don't know that. You don't catch that. Most people don't catch that one. But far as a relationship, it's going to be awkward. You know what I mean? Because this is the problem with when you have kids by someone, is that if you got kids by somebody and somebody starts talking to that person, when you and your ex have beef, which you always gonna have beef somewhere in there, you're gonna bump heads because you got kids, right? Because kids gonna get on your nerves, life gonna get on your nerves, and somewhere in here, y'all gonna bump some heads, right? And then now, not only that, now you into it with somebody that you was kind of cool with, and then that's where the problem gonna occur, And then once you and your ex kind of, not like exes are, or your ex, the one that you got kids by, y'all gonna bump heads. Then guess what's gonna happen is sometimes the waters are kind of calm down and you'll kind of be cool. But what is said that's why I say they kind of like family, because if you got kids by them, no matter how much y'all get mad at each other, stop speaking, all that, y'all still gotta somehow, some way come in contact with each other, right? But that associate or the ex-friend of yours or whatever else that's over there on the other end, when they say something, that beef sometimes don't get smoothened out. That's a beef for life. Even if they break up with your ex, y'all can still gonna have beef because of the problem that you and your. So that's why it's not good. That's why you got to kind of watch out for that. All right, what Tanya say? My son's dad is off limits just because the end. Hey, there you have it. There you have it. There you have it. And listen, guys, anytime the show seems like it's too much to type and you want to get down, you want to just say it instead of the numbers on the screen going across, you guys can call in. You don't have to say your name. You can give your stripper name. You can give your club name, or you can say your name and get all the smoke that you're looking for. Because on this show, it's plenty of smoke. So we don't dodge smoke around here. So let's get back to it. Tanya said, my son's dad is off limits just because, and that's the end of it. Just because. So let me help you out. Here you go. And she said, and anybody that don't like it, there you go. There you go. Mufti said stripper name. Yeah, you can call in and give your stripper name, man. Sometimes when you put words on the screen, you can't get the right text for it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. It's kind of a little bit off. You know what I mean? So you want to call in. The numbers on the screen, guys. I got to keep opening my phone. For some reason, man, when people try to call in, it's a Google number. And when people try to call in, that's why I say you won't see your number come up on there. But when people try to call in, it's kind of it won't, it act like it don't want to go through if my phone, puts on this thing. If it shuts down, go to sleep. You know how that goes. Yeah, Mufti, you can call in and be a stripper. What's your stripper? Just make up a stripper name and call in, man. Evangeline says sometimes you got to squash your beef, though, for the kids' sake. Yep, I agree with that. Sometimes you got to squash your beef. But that's why a lot of times people say they don't want you to date their ex like that when a kid is involved because of that reason, right? Right? I don't know. That's why it is, because, it's hard to squash a beef, even with the kids involved. You know what I mean? Where's Milton at? Milton? You just gonna let Tanya get away with that? What? She just answered your question. She said it's because she said so, and that's just enough. And that's all it takes. When she put her foot down, that's it. So what's your response to that, Milton? Do you think there is some feelings involved, or do you think Tanya should be like that, or you think Tanya should say, hey, you know, me and my ex broke up and we got a kid, and he should be there. Oh, Milton says she still has feelings. There you go. There you go, Tanya. There you go. Here you go. There you go, Tanya.
Ladies and gentlemen,
here we go.
Let's get ready to rumble.
All right, Tanya and Milton is up on stage, and Milton has just said that she still has feelings. So we're gonna see how Tanya responds to that. Tanya, do you still have feelings for your ex? We need to know. If you want to, you can put it on there. You can call into the show. Or Milton, if you feel like calling to the show and get off your chest, go right ahead. All right. Ann said, let me see what she said. Here we go. She said, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I actually want my ex to have someone good. And if I have a good friend that I think will treat him right, I would actually set them up. Wow. Wow. Hey, that means you're over him. That means you are over him. I like that one. There you go. Hey, y'all like that, don't you? Ann said that if she had, with her ex, if she knew somebody, she would definitely do that. Milton, you said lies. Which one is lies? Who's lying, Milton? You want to call in, Milton? Come on, Milton. Come on in with it. Come on in with it, man. The topic of tonight is an associate's ex off limits? So if you have an associate and are their exes off limits? Would you say, nah, she used to talk to him before, I'm not going to even pursue it? You know? Now, Tanya her said her baby daddy is off limits, right? So her and Milton are going head to head on her. And I think Tanya went somewhere and hid because of it. So we're trying to find out what that's all about. So we're going to have to hear what she got to say. Because she just said, because I said it's that. That ain't good enough. I'm like, Milton, is it sure there ain't no feelings there, man? How can we possibly know that? And Mufti and them said, Mufti and Evangeline and Trinette, everybody said that an ex is an ex, you know? Okay, Trinette said, a lot of women will always have a soft spot for the father of their children. Right. But does that make him off limits for ex-associate? That's what we want to know. All right. All right. Now it's getting good. It's getting good. Let's see where we are on this thing. Let's see where we are on this thing. Hold on. All right. Tanya said, Milton, of course I have feelings for him. Our son is 35 and we haven't been together in years, but I just feel a close friend with him is too close for comfort. There you go, Milton. She said her son is 35 years old, and she said her ex, she has feelings for him as a friend, man, like as a person, right? And somebody that's a friend of her with him is just too close. She can't handle that. You know what I mean? Not a friend. You know what I mean? What about an associate? What about an old friend you went to school together, right? And what they said tonight was the rules is if it was a friend you was good friends with in school and now y'all out of school 10, 20 years later, y'all not friends no more. Y'all just good associates. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. All right, let's see what's going down. Let's see what's going down. If they off limits, you got issues. The Hubs comment. That's what he said. Evangeline's husband said, Hey, your husband can always call into the show right there. He can come here and get out some steam, get some of this smoke. Tell him don't hide behind you. Tell him come on in here. Tell him to come on in here and get some of this smoke because that's what's going down. And we already rang the bell and shots are fired back at Milton. Where is? Let me go and get the shots fired back at Milton. There you go. There you go, Milton. There you go, Milton. There we are. All right. Shots are fired back at Milton. Milton, do you want to call in or do you want to let it roll on down, man? We got to hear from Milton. The battle is going on. Milton says she has feelings. She says she don't. And so we got to get Milton's take on that. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and see what Trinette is talking about. This is getting good. This is getting good. You could say that if you live in Hollywood, we're in Knoxville, and we have all probably encountered our associates. Yep, sure have. My girl's father could have been in another relationship after me. They're an ex for a reason. Right. Yep. Yeah. If you're in Hollywood, it's different. But Knoxville, is totally different than that. So I guess she's trying to say, where you at? Our associates, partners. Yeah, there you go. They're X for a reason. And if they're X, guess what? They're not off limits, right? But if you're a close friend, guess what? It changed the ball game up. It definitely changed the ball game up. I don't know. I'm like, I'll tell you what, how I feel about it is, it's like I said earlier, my beef is if I got kids by her, right? It's how they interact with the kids and how close we are. It ain't about my ex, it's about the kids, so to speak. You know what I mean? That's what it is for me. It's about that. Michelle Parker said, let me see what she said. Let me pull up her. I don't sleep where my friends have slept. Okay. But what about an associate? Michelle? That's what I want to know. What about an associate? We're not saying best friends. We're saying, like, what if it was an ex-coworker or somebody you went to school with that you was cool with back in the day at school, but now y'all not that cool no more? Is an associate's ex off limits, right? And is your ex off limits to an associate? So that's a two-way street, right? As Eddie Murphy would say, duality. You know what I mean? It's two versions of that story. So, but that's the question, though. Me, all my exes, you know what? I tell you what's funny. You know, even if it is an ex or somebody you talk to, it's gonna probably make you feel a little funny because you're gonna think, well, when I was with them, did they want that person then? But at the end of the day, man, you know what? If you're not in a committed, settled down, total relationship, married and doing that, then they're not really off limits anyway. You know what I'm saying? And you'll find that out if they really like each other, because if they like each other, guess what's gonna happen? They ain't gonna care. They're not gonna care what you think. Nope. Evangeline said, if they off limits, there is an issue. Yeah, if they off limits. But the thing is, we're setting boundaries. What we're doing today on Pillow Talk is going, well, listen, we're setting the tone for the rest of America. What goes on this show, we're going to make these rules up, right? And once we get with these rules, we need, hold on, guys. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. Hold on. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make some rules up. Who can type up some rules for us? I want somebody on here to commit to type up some rules, right? And we're going to start making some rules, right? Pillow Talk rules, because that's where it's going down, Pillow Talk, right? And once we make these rules, we'll put them out on the internet and tell people these are the new rules to dating. Because somebody's got to start defining the rules to dating. What's right, what's wrong, what's allowed and what's not allowed, right? And some of them gray areas, we can debate some of those out, but we gotta start getting some of this stuff down. And we gotta start telling people what they can and can't do from the Pillow Talk crew, right? That's what we gotta do. You know, that's what we gotta do. So we gotta set the rules. So I need somebody to do it. Sorry, I'm a rule breaker. Listen, Mufti, let me tell you something. As soon as we make these rules, you're gonna follow these rules because Pillow Talk has spoken. All right. And if you don't like it, right here, Mufti.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
That's what it is, Mufti. So you're going to follow the rules like everybody else, Mufti. Now, here we go. Now, let's see what Miss Kaylee Tucker. How you doing? Glad you're in here. Says, that's why I'm self-employed. I have no co-workers to worry about. Yeah, she's a photographer. So you guys looking for a good photographer that's reasonable, that takes really good pictures, hit her up, look her up on there. She said, ha. But seriously, it depends on the situation. For me, I have moved past the phase of caring who he talks to / date. It doesn't affect me in any way. Uh-oh. Hold on. Is this Pillow? Hold on. I think somebody's calling in. Hey, I think hold on. Pillow Talk. Shit. Hold on. Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm trying to get together. All right. Hold on. All right. Call back. All right. She said, that's why I'm self-employed. All right. She said, and our child is old enough to tell me if one of his girlfriends gets out of pocket. So I'm gonna go back over that again because I butchered that. Somebody called in, but just call back, guys. Whoever it was, just try to call back in. All right, sis. That's why I'm self-employed. I have no coworkers to worry about. Ha ha. But seriously, it depends on the situation. For me, I have moved past the phase of caring who he talks to or dates. It doesn't affect me in any way. And our child is old enough to tell me if one of his girlfriends get out of pocket. So if she step over the line, that's all she's worried about. So, and if she doesn't step over the line, she's cool with it because she's old enough to say, hey, I don't want to be with him. If that's what you want, then that's what you can have. All right. All right. Okay. So next, Miss T said, coming from my little town, exes have gotten with sisters, cousins, aunties, and started all over again. And they all hang out together. Yeah, that's what happens in small towns. Yeah. That's why somebody else said earlier, said that if you're in Hollywood, people in Hollywood can do one thing, but people in Knoxville, because Knoxville is a smaller town, right? But how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Have you ever had an ex that or vice versa? Someone got with your ex, was you okay with it, or vice versa? Did you have a problem? You know, that's what we want to know. Because right now we're setting the rules, right? And who's gonna write down the rules for us, and that way we can put them down, because Pillow Talk is setting the rules for dating in all of America. Okay, guys. So we got to get this together. We got to get the rules together for dating, right? I'm tired of hearing people argue about silly stuff, right? If you wasn't good to the girl and you didn't want to be with her and you kept telling her how much better you are without her, you can't get mad when she moves on. And vice versa. If he's a dog and you don't want to be with him, leave him. Because once you put it out on Facebook, that's what we got to add to one of the rules too. Once you dog somebody and you break up with them publicly, right? And it's going back and forth, that means y'all not tight. You took it to the public opinion, and public opinion says y'all don't need to be together. So if somebody's trying to infiltrate on who you with because of your message and your breakups and stuff that you did on there, they're trying to do you a favor. So you can't get mad. So that's going to be one of the rules. It's one of the rules going to go down. So we need one of you ladies out here that's good with all that to start keeping track of all the rules. Ann said, totally agree with Kaylee. Yep, I agree with her too. Ex is an ex, and long as they're good to your kids, long as people are good to your kids, depends. But I'll say that I'll say that that's a kind of a gray area, because if it's a real close friend of yours, well, let me say this. It's according to the age of your kids. Let me say this. The reason why I say the age of your kids is because when your kids are real young, you know, you and your ex y'all have to. It's like a lot of back and forth, a lot of stuff. But as your kids get older, then it really doesn't matter once your kids start being grown and stuff, because they're not kind of in there. You say you've been calling? All right, hold on. Hold on, Milton. My bad. Hold on. Milton, try it now. Try the number on the screen now. Try it again. For some reason that when it goes down, that's why y'all see me keep messing with my phone, because once it goes to sleep, that problem happens. Yeah, call back, Milton. We want to hear what you guys say, because we want to see what you're going to say about this Tanya situation, man. We know you ain't letting that go. Yeah. Oh, man, we got to. All right, let's see what April said. We're going to try to keep up with them. They kind of moving on me. She said, unless he's an ex for a day, then I might be in my feelings. Whoa. You know what? I'm glad you said that. So what's your limit? If it's a dude that you've dated for like a year or two, would you be okay with him talking to an associate? That's what I want to know, April. Please answer that. And Mufti said, don't mess with F-boys, rule number 1. Makes sense. All right. Evangelist said, I just need to know. And Trinette said, he said, call. Okay, yeah. We waiting on that. Yeah, come on, Milton. Call on back. Milton, I'm right here at it, man. You're not calling, dude. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Try it again, Milton. Try it again. Milton, your number. Try it now, Milton. All right. Let's see what Trinette's saying. Trinette said those that still have feelings for an ex, then they didn't get the proper closure to move on. I agree with that. Here we go.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, here we go. Mr. Milton,
What up?
You on the set, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I can't complain about nothing. I can't complain at all.
All right, man. Glad to hear that, brother. Glad you are on the show, man. Man, so what's your thoughts, man? Talk to me.
Listen, we have to separate or understand friend and associate.
Okay.
That's number one.
Mhm.
Now, when you say associate, I heard the girl say her co-workers is associates. You talking about people that you even just know? Or we talking about a friend who you hang out with on a daily basis, or you've had conversation with, or y'all know each other back and forth?
Okay. Well, why don't you define that for us? Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get some clarification.
That's what people need to clarify. Now,
Right.
in Tanya's situation, she saying she been with her kids for 30. Well, her kid is 35 years old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's something still there, some feelings or something where. Now, I get it. Her best friends and her best friends, no, they should not mess with him. I get that. I agree with that. But somebody that she knows, she's saying the baby daddy's off limits, period.
Yeah, so
No.
so basically you saying she needs to clarify that. She needs to say like a close family member or a best friend, but anything other than that, associate, he shouldn't be off limits.
Well, I hope it ain't a family member.
Yeah,
But
but
now, I'm
right.
gonna just say this.
Okay.
Here's my thing, and I ain't talking about nobody but me. If I know you and we done hung out, or we used to work together, or we done had conversation about this and that, you been with me, and you know me well, and you holler at my ex, and once me and my ex-lady break up, she can do it whoever she want to.
Right.
I don't feel that this shit is cool. You know what I mean? Okay, I cuss on her. You know I got a bad mouth anyway.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So I draw the line right there. Now they're gonna do what they want to do regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But once that's over, it's over. I mean, people gonna do what they want to do. You just get mad. You can have an attitude. What they call it now, sneaky link.
Sneaky link.
People gonna do what they want to do. Yeah. I mean, you can be your homeboy or associate or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
If it's gonna go down, ain't nothing you can do about it. But get high blood pressure.
Right.
So that's all I gotta say. But I think Tanya got still a little love for baby daddy after 35 years. And it's all good.
Okay.
But
Well, she
it's
just now
a friend.
she just put up a message. She said, "Hold up, Milton. An associate is not an issue." So she said an associate is not an issue. It's just a close
I agree.
a close family member. So you're going.
I agree with that.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
Until you drop the bomb on. Go ahead and get shots fired. Take it out.
All right. Shots fired. You want some shots fired?
One time.
Oh, all right. Here you go. There you go. All right. Appreciate you, Milton, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. Talk to you later. All right. So he gave you that, Tanya. He said he can understand that. He agree with you on that. There you go. So she just saying somebody close. So I guess that's part of the rules, right? If it's somebody that's a real close family member, somebody that you're really close to, then that's off limits to them. Especially if you got a kid or something like that, I guess, right? That's what Tanya's saying. And that's what basically what Milton says. So guys, that fight kind of calmed down, which is cool. So we're gonna give them for fighting it out and keeping it fair. And they came to a conclusion. There you go. See, there you go. See, on this show, we're not all about fighting. But we are all about getting to the bottom line. And like I said, guys, Pillow Talk, we're gonna make up these rules and we're gonna hand these rules out and we're gonna start telling people these are the rules of dating now, right? These are the rules, right? Because we tired of the gray area. I'm tired of the gray area. Y'all tired of the gray area. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of people. You know what? The reason why I say we need to set the rules, because it's a whole different dating, right? The people that are older than us, they kind of had that old school way of dating. You know what I mean? So now this is like the newer generation dating. And so we got people that's a little younger than us that's kind of looking up to us, and they ask us for our advice, right? So we'll give them some real good advice on dating, because right now, man, the way people date these days and the way people interact these days, it's confusing to me. It's really confusing to me, man. It's like no rhythm in there. It's like they just do stuff to do stuff, right? Then when it all blows in their face, you're like, dude, you couldn't have seen that coming. You know what I mean? I guess we grew up and there was rules that we understood, right? There was rules that the older generation gave us, or that we just saw coming down, that we knew, right? But hey, there you go. All right, here we go. Let's keep on rolling. Let's keep on rolling, because we're going to come on to a close, guys, now that we got it all down. All right, let's see what Mufti said. All right, who said this first? Hold on. Evangeline said, how about nothing but love? I agree. That's it. I agree. That's what it's about. Close friends or family shouldn't ever do it with your exes. That is an unspoken rule. Let's repeat that again. Close friends and family should never go with your exes. That's an unspoken rule. Common sense. Hey, I guess common sense ain't common no more, right? And wait, Mufti, this is Pillow Talk. What if they just hook up like once or twice, you didn't know about it? They kind of kept it cool. Is that all right? And you found out about it, but it was nothing out in the open, and you kind of caught wind of it. Would you be okay with it? Like, oh, okay, it didn't really turn to anything. Would you be all right with that? That's something we want to know. All right. See what Milton said. Milton said, rule number 2, make sure she has her own life. You can't be her everything. Hey, that's a pretty good rule. It's a pretty good rule. Pretty good rule. She got to have her own life. You can't be her everything. Or his. You know, sometimes dudes get with a girl, man, and they get real psycho over the girl, and they want to control her, and he don't have no life outside of that, because his life is controlling her. So that's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. And Evangeline Smith said, let's see what she said. Let me highlight hers. I'm a rule breaker, but shit. And then she said, common sense, Anita. She said, common sense, Anita, no more from the hubs. Common sense ain't common no more. I guess that's what she mean. I guess it was a typo. Sorry about that. There we go. And it says, it doesn't matter if you knew or not. It will happen regardless. People are grown. Well, yeah. It's a lot of that going on. All right, let's see what Dwayne said. These are different times, bro. I've never dated anyone who my cousins or my homies have been with. G code. That's respectable. That's respectable. But it is Pillow Talk. So, Dwayne, you know you're on the hot seat about that. So the question is, so you said you've never smashed somebody that a friend or somebody you was kind of cool with, y'all smash that they smashed back in the day. It wasn't like, yeah, man, girl's pretty cool. Oh, for real? So I'm gonna go smash it too. Because Dwayne, we know you married now. And guess what? Let me say this. Dwayne is a really good dude, man. He really is. And I'm not saying that because he's married to my cousin. That ain't what I'm saying. He is a really good dude. But Dwayne was a real popular dude, good athlete back in school. So Dwayne had a lot of women coming to him. Now, I didn't know a lot about Dwayne. You know, smashed Dwayne. So I don't know that part of it. You know what I mean? I don't know that. So I want to hear Dwayne say that. You know what I mean? I want to hear Dwayne answer that part of it. You know what I mean? Dwayne, you can't get out of that one. I want to know that one, man. All right. Milton said, rule number 3, keep your mouth closed and move in silence. Listen. Milton, that's got to be a topic. Hold on. Let's give Milton applause for that one. I had to give you an applause for that, Milton, because that's what it is, man. This newer generation don't know how to keep their mouth closed, like August Alsina, and we're going to have that for another show. So we're going to save that one. So women, ladies, whoever it is, can somebody please get a thing of the rules and start jotting them down so we can have an ongoing rule thing. We can keep that thing going. All right. Kaylee said, let's see what Kaylee's number 3 rule is. She said, rule number 3, don't make it habits in the beginning. And she said, don't make habits in the beginning that you can't maintain. X making a point to see or check on her daily. Like, like example, she said example, making a point to see or check on her daily. She said, because in the beginning and then acting shocked when she gets upset that now she only sees you once a week or twice a week. So basically what Kaylee is saying is don't start something in the beginning that's just trying to get her attention that you can't keep up with. Calling her every day, saying good morning, beautiful, checking on her, seeing how her day's going. And then all of a sudden later on down the road, after y'all talk after about a month or two, you switch up. So basically saying, Kaylee is saying, don't do something nice in the beginning and then switch up later. And then wondering why she tripping. I agree. That's got to be a rule too. The other rule has got to be don't switch up. She said, nah, Jarvis, because neither of them would be worth it. Simply remove the toxic situation from my/your life. And it's Jarvis, Mufti. You better be talking to a Jarvis. As long as we done went to school together and my name is on the screen, Jarvis Scott Free Brown, Mufti, we're gonna act like you didn't say that. We're gonna take that off the screen. How about that? How about that? We're gonna take that off the screen, Mufti. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Trinette said, don't start something you can't finish. Yep, basically that's it. Agree with it. Yep. That is it. All right. Let's see what Dwayne said. He said, never, fam. Growing up, hold on. Let me get you back in here where I can see it. Some other comments push me away. All right. Never, fam. Growing up, it was about getting to that money. So loyalty and trust is all we had. We couldn't afford to let entanglements destroy anything. You see how G Money felt played by Nino Brown? Exactly. G Money got in his feelings big time, right? But hey, but I'm gonna tell you what. You know what? When you're growing up, you gave it and you took it. You know what I mean? It happened both ways, right? I done had girls I went out there and messed around with and people got hurt about, and it happened to me and I got hurt. I had some friends of mine who smashed somebody that I was with and I was hurt. You know what I mean? I didn't do as bad as G Money and went and smoked crack, but I cried in the car. You know what I mean? I cried in the house. I ain't gonna say literally cried. My feeling was hurt. You know what I'm saying? My feelings were hurt and I was hurt, man. And that's how it went down. That's exactly how it went down, man. That's how it went down. My feelings was hurt. And I don't know if I've healed from that. I think I'm still dealing with that. Still dealing with the issue. Let me see how much am I dealing with. I'm dealing with a lot of issues, man. I went to Fulton High School in Knoxville, Tennessee. And it was so much chaotic stuff going on. I think I'm scarred to this day over it. I'm still scarred. I am still scarred. And how do I get over that? Do I need to have some kind? You know what? We're gonna have a show where people just call in and vent about something that hurt them in the past a long time ago. You ain't got to name names, but I just now said about that right now, and I said to myself, I've been hurt so many times, man. How's that song goes? Everybody has played the fool sometimes. I know I have had my damn feelings hurt. Some women out there have hurt my damn feelings, and I want to call them and cuss them out still to this day. I still want to call them and cuss them out to this day. Yep, I sure do. Yeah, Fulton Falcons. Yeah, I've had my feelings hurt, man. Usually need to get over it. Okay, you know what? I got some Lenny stuff. Hey, we got some more Lenny ones. I gotta go ahead and get ready to film them, but we'll get them out. But yeah, man, my feelings have been hurt. You guys ever felt that way? Somebody hurt you in the past or something like that, and you just don't want, you want to let it go, but deep down inside, you don't want to let it go. The closure you want, you just never got. That's it. And if people can't accept that, that's it. That's how I feel about it. You know, when my feelings are out there like that. Right. She said, hey, what about Christenberry? Yeah, I went to Christenberry too. I think a lot of people that went to Christenberry and Fulton, we have issues, man. We have issues. We got a lot of issues, man. Well, you know what? Growing up in Knoxville in the 80s and early 90s, you had issues, man. Yep, you had issues, man. And so on Pillow Talk, we're going to get those issues out. We're going to get this dating list going. So please, will somebody in the comment section, go through the comment section, start getting some of these rules down, and let's just keep a growing log of those rules. And we're going to get the top 20 rules of dating. Should we do 10 or 20? Because with this new generation, we might need to go to 20. You know what I mean? Because it's like they don't get it. They don't really get it. They don't get it. So we got to help them. You know what I mean? Yeah. She said, how did I hurt your feelings back in the day? There's no way I hurt your feelings back in the day. I was the victim back in the day. There's no way. You know how much I got hurt back in the day? Yeah. Milton said it's not the new generation, it's the new way of thinking. I agree. That's exactly what it is. It's the new way of thinking. Because things just ain't like it used to be, man. You know, back in the day, man, there were certain things that you didn't have to go over. You could just, you knew people would get it. You know what I mean? Like, hey guys, the train coming down. I ain't got to tell you that, you know, get off the tracks. But now they'll stand on the damn tracks and be like, They're like, look, dude, it's a train. I don't get it. So I don't know. I thought it was me. Nah. All right. She said, I tried to give you smooches on the bus and was denied. Smooches on the bus. What bus? We wasn't on the bus together. You making it up. You making that up. I'm trying to think. When was we on the bus together? You hardly spoke to me in school. Because I definitely remember you because you had your hair teased up. You had that, y'all would have that the stuff like that. That's back when I had a curl. You know what I mean? Back when I had a curl, you go outside, it rained, and the activator get in my eyes, and my eyes would get they would be burning and stuff. Yeah, I remember those days clearly. And I remember your hair, you had it all teased up and sprayed up and all that stuff out there. You know what I mean? That's back in the days, man. I remember that. But I don't remember us being on the bus together. You making it up. I want to know that. Because you know what I think? You might have hurt me. We was going on a field trip, and you tried to kiss me on a field trip, and I ran? That doesn't sound like a little young teenager who hormones are raging at 13, 14. That ain't what it sounds like. I was wild and crazy back in them days, I think. No way. I had to go think about that. I don't remember that. My family's poor. I ain't get to go on no field trips that I can remember. I ain't my field trip was sneaking out. You know what I did? My field trip was one time we was at Christenbury, and it was probably my 8th grade year, and we felt like seniors of middle school. That's what it was, seniors of middle school. And guess what we did? We snuck out of school and ran down to Crystals and got some crystals and came back to school. And that was the biggest thing. That was the best field trip I ever had in middle school. That was the best one. The absolute best field trip I had was the one we snuck and run down to go get some crystals and ran back at school. Right. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for tuning in to Pillow Talk. If you are on YouTube and you're new to the channel, please hit like, subscribe, and share to keep the channel growing. If you're on Twitter, share it, retweet it, whatever. And on Facebook, please, guys, reshare it, have fun with it. That way people know that the rules are coming out for dating. We are now getting them all together. Thank you guys for all coming in, participating. And so until next week, guys, we are getting ready to be out. And if you don't like what Pillow Talk is talking about,
go suck your mother. Go suck your mama pum pum.
Here we go. One more time for the road. If you don't like what we do on Pillow Talk, we don't care.
Go suck your mother. Go suck your mama pum pum.
There you go, guys. All right. That's the end of the show. Catch you guys next Thursday night at 8:01 p.m. because guess what? Black people can't be on time. And guess what? You know what? Wait a minute, hold on. I can be on time. It's that damn Pam. It's Pam that can't be on time. So I ain't gonna say that. Pam didn't show up. So Pam, everybody go say something to Pam and find out why she didn't show up. And we're gonna get on Pam about that. That's it. So till next week, guys, we out. Peace.